Welcome back for part 2 of our conversation with Deputy Fire Chief Mike Rutkowski. We're closing out this episode of Ride Along Glenview with a look at some of the gear and equipment firefighters use and wear every day in service to the village. Let's check it out. So I have all the knowledge that I need now to be a firefighter. I'm just missing the gear. So I'd love for you to walk us through, and I will put it on as we go to see what it actually is like to be a firefighter.
Absolutely. We got everything in front of you that you need to get fully encapsulated and ready to go into your first fire.
And you guys actually leave the pants, the boots in the pants so that you're ready to go if something happens.
Yep. It's all about getting ready quick. So we can get dressed typically a minute to a minute and a half. Put all this stuff on, 100% ready to go.
Let's see if I can beat that. I'm getting in. And this is part of your responsibility as a deputy chief. You put the jackets on the guys.
Everybody dressed. Yeah.
All right. Now
all
what?
Right. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put. First, you got to buckle everything up and close the Velcro.
Now, what are these made of? Like, what is this material?
It's Nomex. It's not fireproof, and that's some of the misconception. This
so
stuff
I'm in danger.
Actually, yeah, you can't be in danger if the temperatures get too hot. But it does provide a lot of thermal protection, and there's two different barriers. There's an outer and an inner. The inner is more of the thermal protection, and then this exterior is for just additional protection from the elements.
Got it. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna put the breathing apparatus on.
Okay.
This weighs about.
I've been working out. I'm ready.
This weighs about 30 pounds.
Okay.
It's got the mask attached to it.
Okay.
So we're gonna sling it over your shoulders. Ugh. So a couple more things left. First, we got to put on your face piece. Are you ready to breathe some air?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's turn your bottle on.
Okay.
So you'll hear some different beeps and alerts. The bell is a low air warning, and then the beeps also are a low air warning, and then what we call is a pass device. So if a firefighter were to be in distress or something was to happen and they stop moving, this senses movement, and it also gives you an air gauge on the front. But when it senses that you're stopped moving, it'll send out different alerts, and then it'll send out a really loud alert. It'll start flashing lights, and then also on your back, you'll have some flashing lights as well. So if you did go down in a fire, we can see the lights through the smoke, and we can find you a lot easier, and then we have the audible tone that we also follow if we needed to. All right, so you want to pull this down over your chin.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah,
now we're
more comfortable.
A little more comfortable. Now we're
smells like barbecue in here.
That's not a barbecue I would necessarily would want to eat. So now we're going to clip you into air.
Okay.
So now you're going to start breathing the air we talked about earlier. That's not oxygen. It's ambient air from your cylinder. It'll go through the regulator and into your face piece. So as soon as we clip this in, take a breath. There you go. So how we're trained when we're wearing gloves, we have to be able to manipulate all the different things that we're wearing while wearing gloves, right? So if you want to try, there's two tabs here. Sometimes we have to unclip our regulator. This is a bypass that gives you free-flowing air. We need to be able to turn that. We need to be able to manipulate a radio. We need to be able to manipulate the buttons on our pass device, because this actually has a little thermal imaging camera built into this pass device. So
it's a lot to remember.
It's a lot to remember. So when you start pushing these buttons, you'll see a screen pop up here that will actually show a thermal image of everything that you point the pass device at.
Well, just remember, I can't see anything because I don't have my glasses.
Because you don't have your glasses, right? Exactly. Exactly.
I don't think I'm cut
So
up
there's
for it.
lots of bells and whistles that go off. But
it's pretty heavy.
It's pretty heavy, yeah. It adds about 70 to 80 pounds to anybody once you put all the gear on. The air pack's the heaviest, but once you start putting the pants and everything on, it's it gets pretty heavy.
So what do you think? Am I ready to go jump in the engine and help the guys out with the next emergency?
Probably not.
No? All right.
But
well,
hey, we always like to give you a shot.
I appreciate the lesson anyway.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mike. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Mike, am I ready to be a firefighter yet?